Welcome to Anything Curious, the most random channel on YouTube. Today I am curious about Punxsutawney Phil. There are many secrets about this large rodent and how he gets his super animal capabilities. Don't believe me? Try this on for size. He's supposedly over 130 years old. Yeah, there's more people. First things first, every February 2nd, America turns its attention to a small town in Pennsylvania. This town is Punxsutawney. If you aren't from Pennsylvania and you can spell this, then consider me very, very impressed. So why does this town draw such huge crowds and so much media attention? It is all thanks to a furry resident and his weather prediction. No, he's not a furry. Well, he is furry, but he's not a furry. If you thought that was one of his secrets, it's not. This furry resident, that's not really a furry, is Punxsutawney Phil, the weather prognosticating groundhog. Groundhog Day is a tradition full of anticipation and folklore. It revolves around the simple act of a groundhog emerging from his burrow. If he sees his shadow, legend has it, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If not, spring is just around the corner. The tradition has deep roots in ancient weather lore. It stems from the belief that animals can predict the weather. Groundhogs, with their hibernation patterns, became natural candidates for this task. The tradition made its way to America with German immigrants. It has since evolved into a beloved cultural phenomenon in America. Millions eagerly await Phil's prediction each year. The center stage for this annual spectacle is Gobbler's Knob. No, seriously, that's the real name of a real place. I always wonder how places get their names. Do they take a vote? I hope they didn't vote on that name, Gobbler's Knob. Anyway, it's a small hill near Punxsutawney where Phil makes his grand appearance. The event is steeped in tradition and ceremony, and enough partying and festivities to make hotel rooms cost about $1 trillion a night. Early in the morning, crowds gather, often in the freezing cold. They patiently wait for Phil to emerge from his burrow. They are entertained by music, dancing, and even groundhog-themed costumes. At the heart of the ceremony is Punxsutawney Phil's inner circle. Is it a gang? Is it a secret society? I'm thinking yes, like the Illuminati. This group of tuxedo-clad characters are the keepers of the tradition, and they have a good excuse to wear really fancy hats. They care for Phil throughout the year. Keep watching to hear how they care for him. Their leader understands a mysterious language. Here's what Wikipedia has to say about it. According to the Groundhog Club, Phil, after the prediction, speaks to the club president in, wait for it, Groundhogese, which supposedly only the current president can understand, and then his prediction is translated and revealed to all. Hey, that's what it says on Wikipedia, so it must be true. So, the president is multilingual, at least while he is the acting president. Each member has a unique role. They ensure the smooth running of the event. The inner circle plays a vital role in perpetuating the lore of Groundhog Day. They keep the spirit of the tradition alive. They engage with the public and media. One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Punxsutawney Phil is his purported age. Legend has it that Phil has been making predictions for over 130 years. President Carter lived to be 100, but this large rodent is 130. The inner circle humans die off, just like the rest of us. But old Phil just keeps going and setting the rodent longevity record of all history. This, of course, is biologically impossible for a groundhog. If I'm not mistaken, 2 to 6 years is pretty typical for a groundhog in the wild, but they might live up to around 14 in captivity, which would be a bit more likely for Phil. However, this is Phil, and he's special. How does Phil defy the constraints of time? You guessed it. Crack! I'm only kidding. The answer, according to folklore, lies in the elixir of life, which is different than crack. This magical elixir is said to be given to Phil every summer. Dude must be chugging gallons of this stuff. It grants him 7 more years of life. The elixir is a secret recipe. It's said to be a concoction of herbs and berries. Herbs, you say? Exactly what kind of herbs, Phil? What are these men in funny hats giving you? Seriously, there could be anything in that juice. The recipe is known only to the inner circle. It is passed down through generations. Whether the elixir is real or simply a whimsical tale, it adds another layer of intrigue to the Groundhog Day celebration. I wonder if bars there have a cocktail called the Elixir of Life. If you know, please comment below. I might have to try it. Section 4. Feasting for forecasts, a look at Punxsutawney Phil's diet. Given his supposed longevity, people often wonder about Punxsutawney Phil's diet. What does a prophetic groundhog eat? While the elixir of life might be a legend, Phil's actual diet is carefully planned. It contributes to his health and well-being. Phil enjoys a balanced diet. It consists of fresh fruits, vegetables, and groundhog chow. The chow is specially formulated to meet his nutritional needs. His diet is monitored year-round. It ensures he stays in top shape for his annual prediction. The dedication to his well-being highlights the respect and care bestowed upon him. He is much more than just an ordinary groundhog. He is a beloved icon. Section 5. Predicting the unpredictable. Phil's accuracy and enduring appeal. Now, for the million-dollar question, how accurate are Punxsutawney Phil's predictions? The truth is, his accuracy rate is a subject of much debate. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, as of 2025, Phil has only been correct 3 out of the last 10 years. That's pretty inaccurate, but he's 130-something years old, so let's give him a break. He could knock off any second, and then we would feel guilty for giving the fancy rodent a hard time. However, his supporters often argue that his accuracy is much higher. Maybe they've had a bit too much elixir of life. They claim any miscalculations are due to human error in interpreting his message. Remember, Groundhogese is a very complex language to master. Regardless of his accuracy, Punxsutawney Phil continues to capture the hearts and imaginations of people worldwide. The tradition of Groundhog Day is not about scientific precision. It's about embracing the whimsy and folklore associated with the changing seasons. It's about carrying on a beloved tradition that brings people together. Section 6. Conclusion. Punxsutawney. Phil might not be a perfect meteorologist. However, he represents something far greater. He is a symbol of hope, renewal, and the anticipation of spring, even when he bums us out with 6 more weeks of winter. Unless you really like winter. Whether he sees his shadow or not, Phil's prediction sparks joy, conversation, and a sense of community. He reminds us to embrace the lighter side of life, even amidst the cold, dark days of winter. So, as we await his prediction each year, we can't help but smile at the enduring charm of this quirky, beloved tradition. It is a testament to the power of folklore, community, and a groundhog named Phil.